Hello, my name is Bhavin Shah, and in this demo, we'll talk about how you can leverage Portworx Autopilot for your VMware Tanzu Kubernetes clusters. Portworx Autopilot allows you to expand your persistent volume, expand your storage pools, rebalance your storage pools automatically without the need for any admin intervention. For this demo, we have deployed a simple TKG cluster with 5 worker nodes, and we have installed Portworx version 2.8 on this TKG cluster. By installing Portworx version 2.8, we have automatically configured our VMware VMDK files, each of capacity 150 gigs, and attached those VMDK files to our TKG worker nodes and aggregated all of those VMDKs into one big Portworx storage pool. So for our applications that run in individual namespaces, they can just provision storage and provision persistent volumes from the Portworx storage layer. So for this demo, we have chosen to use a PostgreSQL database and a pgbench load generation tool to test the resizing capabilities that Portworx Autopilot offers. We have started writing data to the application or to our database. So our persistent volume, which started from 100 gigs in size, has to expand by following a set of rules that the admin or the developer defines and increase its capacity by leveraging Portworx Autopilot. So what started as a 100 gig persistent volume is now 200 gig. It will now be 400 gig based on the policy that we have specified. And if you have multiple of these applications who need additional storage capacity than what was being originally provisioned, you can also use the automated expansion of the Portworx storage pool through Portworx Autopilot to expand your storage pool itself. So instead of getting bottlenecked at the storage layer and having to open tickets, Portworx Autopilot allows you to automatically expand your storage pool from 750 gigs to more than a terabyte to accommodate for the additional storage requirements that your application might have. So now that you understood what we are trying to do in this demo, let's switch over to a CLI interface. We can execute a few simple commands to make sure our cluster, both TKG and Portworx, are up and running. So looking at kubectl get nodes and kubectl get pods for Portworx, everything looks good. We have a simple storage class defined as well. Let's switch to our vCenter interface and look at the workload management tab. As you can see, we have a simple namespace with one TKG cluster running with 5 worker nodes. We can click on the virtual machines to get a look at all the different VMs and what's the VM class for them. We can switch to the hosts and clusters view in vCenter and look at individual hardware level details or VM hardware details for our worker nodes. Since Portworx was installed, we automatically created a 150 gig VMDK and attached it to the individual worker node. Now let's apply the databases, the namespace configurations, and the autopilot rules. Let's do that first, and then we'll go into detail on what each rule and what each application looks like. So we created a namespace. We created a volume resize autopilot rule. We created a pool expansion autopilot rule. And again, all of these rules can apply at the cluster level, and then you can use the rule definition to control which applications fall under this criteria or not. Now let's also deploy a Postgres volume and a Postgres application. So from a volume perspective, we have 2 volumes, the data volume and the state volume. Data volume is where we'll write all the data. That's 100 gig in size to begin with. And then from an application perspective, it's a simple app with 2 containers, the Postgres database and the pgbench container. Let's run a few verification commands and make sure everything looks good. So our namespace got created. Let's look at the persistent volume, and we see the data and the state persistent volume. Let's look at the pods in the PG1 namespace. All of both the containers inside that pod are up and running. So our pod looks good as well. Now, just to verify that our pgbench container is actually writing data, let's look at the logs of that pod and specifically for the pgbench container. So as you can see, I have asked pgbench to write 200 gigs of data. Right now it's at 15 gigs. So now let's look at the autopilot rules. First, let's look at the volume resize rule. So here you can see that an action of scaling the data persistent volume by 100% so basically doubling the capacity, will be done up till a max size of 400 gigs. And this action will be performed if the following condition is being met. So here the condition is if my volume usage bytes increases or goes above the 50% mark, please add or double my persistent volume. So this is what you can define as an admin. Similarly, for the pool expansion, we have an action of adding a new disk to add more capacity to our Portworx storage pool. But then the conditions for that use case are, okay, my available capacity has to be less than 50%. So if I have more than 50% storage pool used, please trigger that action. And my overall storage pool should not be greater than 1000 gigs. So this is where you can specify the max limits, so your developers or your applications don't go crazy and consume all the resources that you might have. Let's look at the logs again and see where we are in terms of writing data. We are at the 70 gig mark. We can also use the kubectl get events command for the autopilot rule and monitor them. So here you can see that both the rules are being triggered, and right now they are in the normal state because none of the conditions have been met to either expand the persistent volume or expand our storage pool. Let's look at our Portworx storage pool. So let's exec into our Portworx pod in the kubesystem namespace, and we can see that Portworx status command or pixie-ctl status command gives us an overview of all the 5 nodes that contribute storage to the Portworx pool for a total capacity of 750 gigs. So here you can see that 2 nodes, basically because the storage class definition included a replication factor of 2, all the data is being that's written by pgbench is mirrored across 2 nodes, across 2 VMDKs. And you can use the volume inspect command to identify the 2 nodes that are actively hosting the VMDKs, or not VMDKs, but the drives that are writing the data, or where the data is being written. You can go and look at the pixie-ctl status, and as you can see, we have 2 copies and we have total of 5 nodes. Let's go back and look at the logs again. So you can see that we are at the 35 gig mark out of 50 gigs. So we'll take a break because this is a recorded video. It gives us more time to come back. And now after a minute or two, we are at the 48 gig mark. If you remember the volume resize autopilot rule that we had defined, it was looking for a trigger of more than 50% usage for our persistent volume. So that's more than 50 gig and 100 gig volume. At that point, our autopilot rule will go from normal to triggered. From trigger to active action pending, it will take that action. So that's in progress. And then once the persistent volume has been expanded, it will show that, okay, active actions taken. And then eventually it will come back to the normal state and keep monitoring your workload. So if we look at the PVC now, what started as a 100 gig persistent volume is now a 200 gig persistent volume. And there was no data interruption. There was our application could continue writing data without any disruption to it. Now we are at the 68 to 70 gig mark when it comes to the amount of data that pgbench is writing. So now we should be ready for the storage pool expansion as well. So for the storage pool autopilot rule, we had defined that if my available capacity is less than 50%, add more storage drives or VMDKs to my Portworx storage pool. So here you can see that our pool expand autopilot rule went from a normal to triggered to active actions pending, active actions taken, and then volume resize done. The actions taken, and then normal again. So let's find out our Portworx pod again and see if our pixie-ctl status has changed. So we'll exec into one of the Portworx pods in an interactive mode, and we'll execute opt pwx bin pixie-ctl status. So here you can see that one of the 2 nodes, already 2 of the 5 nodes have 300 gigs in size. One of them is active, one of them is still in progress. So you can see that without any application interruption, or our underlying Portworx storage volume has increased in size. If we switch over to the vCenter interface, you can see that in the events section that new VMDKs are being created and attached to our TKG worker nodes. So again, all of this is done without any admin intervention, without you, the developer or the DevOps admin having to open tickets with the storage admin. All of this process is completely automated, and it follows the rules that you defined in your autopilot configuration. So here you can see we have another 150 gig of drive or VMDK added to the to one of the worker nodes, and that basically means that our storage pool, which started as 750 gigs, has now expanded to a terabyte of capacity to accommodate the additional writes that are happening at the database layer. Let's if you look at the events again, as you can see, it's back to normal. Both the rules are. And if we go back to PXE status, you can see our storage pool is expanded again to a terabyte with 2 nodes providing 300 gigs of capacity, and the remaining 3 nodes which didn't have the application running still at their starting capacity of 150 gigs. So let's exit out of the Portworx pod and execute a couple of additional commands. Let's look at the pgbench logs again and see the amount of data that has been written. As you can see, we are at the 96 gig mark. So we are getting close to the point where the volume resize rule will be triggered again to expand our persistent volume. Let's look at the PVC one more time. So as you can see, what started as a 100 gig persistent volume is now a 200 gig persistent volume. So hopefully this demo helped you understand how Portworx Autopilot can help your VMware Tanzu Kubernetes clusters and help you with data management and storage management. That's it for this demo. Thanks for watching.